Coming up, meet an elite track coach who once ran as hard as he trains athletes until his golden years began to catch up with him. We'll tell you what he's doing now to help slow down the effects of father time. And salt. It's easy to grab that shaker, but do you know how much you're consuming? We'll tell you how much is too much. Next on Beachbody Network News. Hello and welcome to this edition of BNN. Today we examine salt. It's a major component of the American diet, but how much is too much? We'll crack into the nation's addiction to salt. But first, Michael has the story of a former college runner who got back on the right track with the help of Power 90. Michael?
That's right, Christy. A runner turned track and field coach. Skip Stolley's health faltered later in life. But this story reminds us that the road to recovery begins with a single step in the right direction.
Okay, good start.
If life is like a track meet, a good start is certainly important, but it doesn't guarantee your finish. For Coach Skip Stolley, his life started out as an all-star athlete in high school, then a distance runner in college, and now he coaches an elite track club in California.
Well, from the time I stopped wanting to be a cowboy and a fireman, I wanted to be a coach. I knew very early what I wanted to do, and I feel like I've really been blessed to be able to do that most of my life.
As he got older, Skip stayed in shape as a coach. He ran 10 miles a day in his 40s and about 10 miles a week in his early 50s. But then things abruptly changed.
I was in an automobile accident. I was rear-ended, and the consequence of that was a bulging disc, L4 and 5 in my back. And shortly after that, I started to develop arthritis in both knees. Over the course of about 11 years, I'm basically turned into a marshmallow.
No longer able to run, Skip continued to put on weight until he found Power 90.
Power 90 gave me a place to start. First of all, I couldn't believe how little of it I could do. That program is very good at showing you how you can modify it. They keep reminding you to hit the pause button. I'm still a work in progress. I have a long way to go. I've lost 16 pounds. I've got another 20 pounds to lose, but I'm going to do it on this program. And I feel better every day.
And with a career as a coach, it makes sense that Skip also serves as a coach for Beachbody.
Beachbody is a way to climb back out of that hole, to get fit again and to get active again and really to enjoy life again. And because I'm going through this myself, we can do it together. There are going to be some steep parts of the mountain and other parts that'll flatten out, and then they're going to get steep again. But the important thing is to just keep pushing play and keep forging ahead.
What a great guy. Now, if you want to contact Skip, you can find him in Wowie every day under the name, well, you guessed it, Coach Skip. Christy?
Thanks, Michael. Now we turn our attention to health news. The American Heart Association is urging the FDA to set restrictions on the amount of salt allowed in our food supply. Why? Because at the moment, there aren't any restrictions on the amount of salt in our diet, and the average American consumes twice the level they should be eating. That's right, twice the amount. The American Heart Association suggests that Americans should cut their sodium intake in half. The sodium content of the average American diet is so high and unhealthy that the FDA is now considering setting limits on the sodium content of processed foods. It's an indisputable fact that the human body needs sodium, but how much does it really need? Not much, says the National Academy of Sciences, but exceeding 2,400 milligrams per day can lead to health problems like cardiovascular disease and kidney dysfunction. Unfortunately, most Americans are now eating well over 3,000 milligrams per day. Many are eating up to 6,000. That's 2.5 teaspoons of salt every day. So until the FDA starts regulating the sodium content of processed foods, we need to do our best to shake this habit ourselves. The National Academy of Sciences suggests 1,800 milligrams of sodium is a good target to shoot for. That's 600 milligrams of sodium per meal, assuming you eat 3 meals a day. Here are some simple tips that will help you cut your daily sodium intake in half. Read labels. Look for sodium-free, very low sodium, or low sodium options. Get plenty of potassium-rich fruits and vegetables into your diet, like sweet potatoes, white potatoes, bananas, spinach, cantaloupe, plantains, and honeydew. Restaurant food is especially salty. Most restaurant chefs will use less salt upon request. When cooking, add salt at the end. That way you can add less salt but still achieve the same flavor you crave. Be mindful of processed foods. Therein lies 3/4 of the American salt intake. And don't forget, you can always use Beachbody's Meal Planner. It's a great way to help you eat healthy while you're getting fit. So until the FDA sets sodium limits in food, it's up to you to curb your cravings. Salt might be a tough desire to ditch, but your heart will certainly thank you for it later. Now we want you to be a part of BNN. Just grab a camera or cell phone and send us your story. It can be anything from how someone helped you reach your fitness goals to a healthy new recipe you've created. So have some fun and then send it to Beachbody. Attention, BNN, 8383 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 1050, Beverly Hills, California, 90211. Or email us at bnn@beachbody.com. We'll be waiting. If you want to replay a past BNN segment, just click on the BNN archive link or download the podcast from iTunes. How? Well, go to iTunes and in the search window, type in Beachbody. When the Beachbody podcast window appears, click on See All for BNN shows. Coming up on Tuesday's webcast, you'll meet the woman who encouraged CEO Carl Daikeler's passion for fitness and healthy living. Who? Well, this person might surprise you. And we feature 2 more Coaches of the Month. They helped 2 more $10,000 winners in the $1 Million Body Game. That's all coming up on Tuesday's edition of BNN. Now you can go back to your workout. We'll see you next time.